Remember to like the video, leave a comment with your opinions, and subscribe to receive updates on our newest videos. There were gasps in the courtroom when the judge in Las Vegas handed out the final verdict. Here is everything you need to know about the horrific court case that brought down the poker star's favorite, Austin Chumlee Russell, who was obviously shocked by the length of his sentence, collapsed in shock. The dramatic scene left viewers stunned and demonstrated how strongly people felt about the case. But what led to this shocking courtroom confrontation between the beloved reality TV star and the justice system? Chumlee was hailed for his comedy timing and laid-back demeanor, and many people considered him to be one of the funniest reality TV performers. Chumlee's legacy extends far beyond his work on television. He had a significant influence on the collectibles market, helped make the gold and silver pawn shops famous, and decided to create a personal brand. His personality and unrivaled ability to make every episode of History Channel's popular show Pawn Star seem real included memorable moments like when he purchased a pinball machine, demonstrating his skill at video games and coming up with catchphrases. Despite early skepticism and even being portrayed as the shop's comedic relief, Chumlee's likability, natural charisma, and persistent determination to being himself were the foundation of his TV success. Allow preconceived notions to limit him rather than allowing his resolve to define him. He concentrated on mastering specific collectibles, which led to his inclusion on Pawn Stars and made him a fan favorite. His performances cemented his status as the show's breakout star, but what truly stood out was his capacity to establish a genuine and profound connection with viewers. Chum's TV work made him famous across the country, but his business endeavors demonstrated his intelligence. After establishing his personal brand, he expanded with a clothing line based on candy stores and his own appearances, which brought in millions of dollars. This money would later cover his legal defense against accusations that shocked his devoted fan base. After its premiere, the History Channel show became one of the most dependable hits on cable TV, with over 500 episodes and international syndication. The show's formula and high production values made it reality TV's most educational entertainment. Meanwhile, Chumlee had to deal with the immediate challenges of sudden fame, fans eager to embrace the likable character they saw on screen. At first, they showed overwhelming support for his public appearances, drawing large crowds to demonstrate his fame outside of the show. However, the stark contrast between his on-screen persona and his developing personal issues caused problems that would continue for years in 2017. Chumlee told Entertainment Weekly that although I was leading a really unusual life, fame gives you a sense of invincibility. Since everyone knew who I was everywhere I went, I was determined to make the most of every minute. This determination resulted in a more extravagant lifestyle, while the show continued to focus on historical artifacts and negotiations. From his modest beginnings at the pawn shop, T's personal life expanded to include luxury cars, a mansion, and an enormous collection of sneakers and jewelry. Social media posts showcasing his costly purchases received millions of views, transforming his public image. By the mid-2010s, the gap between his personal excess and professional success had reached unprecedented heights. While Chumlee's personal brand grew to include his Chumlee's Candy Store on the Las Vegas Strip and a successful merchandise line behind the scenes, Pawn Stars' viewership peaked with special episodes drawing over 7 million viewers. However, Chumlee struggled with the pressures of fame that threatened to derail his career problems, which he frequently attributed to the abrupt transition from anonymity to celebrity. He admitted in a rare, candid interview that I turned to things that helped me cope and it nearly cost me everything. This personal chaos contrasted sharply with the show's increasingly professional operation by 2016. While Chum was portrayed on the show as the lovable and occasionally innocent character, reality had grown enormous. His off-camera life had taken troubling turns that would soon become public in the most dramatic way possible, which ultimately led to Chumlee's legal issues after years of getting worse. In March 2016, as part of an ongoing investigation into a sexual assault, police conducted a raid on his residence in Las Vegas. In a press conference that swiftly circulated around entertainment news sources, Officer R. Roos stated that they executed a search warrant as part of the investigation. What we discovered during that search resulted in additional charges that were unrelated to the first inquiry. The raid gained significant attention in the entertainment industry thanks to blogs. Considering what it might mean for Chumlee and Pawn Star's future, a week later, TMZ revealed shocking information. Police had discovered guns, drugs, and drug paraphernalia throughout Chumlee's home. This was a far cry from the jovial character that fans had come to love. One fan wrote in a social media post that went viral, "This situation affects how well I watched the show, and he never seemed like someone with these kinds of problems." Someone from Pawn Stars is having problems tonight, and it appears that this disconnect between their private and public lives is the final straw. Chumlee, also known as Austin Russell, is incarcerated. Prosecutors assembled a case and filed many criminal counts in a matter of weeks. Charges against the reality star included drug and weapon possession, which could result in a 20-year jail sentence if proven true. However, Chumlee's carefully cultivated public image, which served as the foundation for his entire career and financial success, was seriously threatened by these allegations. The case rocked the entertainment industry, and several experts predicted that one of the most well-known reality TV stars' careers may end as a result. According to official court documents, police discovered a number of firearms, including assault-style guns as well as other drugs and other stuff, at Chum's home. These alarming revelations were disclosed in the evidence logs, associated products, but it's crucial to remember that the sexual assault inquiry that prompted the first search ended without charges because there was insufficient proof that the defendant had established a carefree lifestyle that posed intolerable dangers to public safety. The mood was set on the first day of the trial when Chumlee entered the courtroom. Camera flashes illuminated his dejected face, his Pawn Stars co-workers were gone, and the TV star who had entertained millions had finally reached his legal age. As you can see, this case involved serious violations of weapons and control laws. I read one document from the prosecution that suggested going for the harshest punishments possible because of the number and type of things found. Laws of substance. During cross-examination, the detective asked Chumlee's lawyer if he could testify that Mr. Russell was running a drug distribution operation. The officer responded firmly, "But you found no scales, packaging materials, or distribution lists that are typically associated with dealing." The prosecutor's visit to the defendant's home and the discovery of numerous weapons and illegal drugs, as well as pictures of the confiscated items in court, sparked a heated trial. Do you agree that Mr. War Russell is a known collector of various items, including historical weapons? When Chum's lawyer inquired about the need for appropriate licensing and storage for collection, the firearms